Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and dear friends and colleagues. It is my honor to address you today alongside such distinguished speakers. Foreign Minister Osmani, thank you for hosting this second edition of the Prespa Forum Dialogue. Unfortunately, I cannot join you in Ohrid. But we are preparing for a transformational summit in Madrid in under 2 weeks from now, which will also address one of the topics of this forum: how to ensure our resilience in a more contested world. Ohrid and Prespa gave their name to two historic agreements, the former preventing another brutal civil war, the latter ending decades of disagreement between neighbors, but both with a shared vision and determination to settle long-standing differences by peaceful means, and to choose the path of security, democracy, and prosperity for all. I was honored to play my part in Ohrid as OSCE Chairman in Office in 2001, with former NATO Secretary General Lord Robertson and EU High Representative Javier Solana. And I was even more honored as Deputy Secretary General of NATO this time to welcome North Macedonia into our family of free nations in 2020. Because this was good for your security, good for the Western Balkans stability, and good for Euro-Atlantic security too. Today, North Macedonia contributes to our security in many ways, including in our peacekeeping mission in Kosovo, through increased defense spending, and by supporting our partner, Ukraine. And North Macedonia can count on NATO too. You are now part of NATO's air policing system, where Greek fighter jets help to keep your skies safe. And NATO remains strongly committed to stability of this strategically important region, through our KFOR mission and our offices in Sarajevo and Belgrade. This is NATO's solidarity in action, standing together to protect and defend each other. And this is more important than ever in today's difficult world. President Putin's war on Ukraine has shattered peace in Europe, has shaken international order, and sparked a global food and energy crisis. NATO allies have responded with strength and unity, providing significant support to help Ukraine uphold its right to self-defense, reinforcing our collective defense to prevent the conflict escalating, and applying massive and coordinated sanctions with our partners to pressure President Putin to stop his brutal war on Ukraine. However, this will end. We know that Putin's ambitions go far beyond Ukraine. He wants to rip up the global security order and return to spheres of influence, and deny nations' right to define their own destiny. China has backed Russia's calls to end NATO enlargement, openly contesting core principles for our security. So we must prepare for a world where authoritarian regimes use any means to test our resilience and challenge our democratic values and our way of life. From disinformation to diplomatic pressure, to economic influence and military threats. This is what you are discussing today, and what we'll address at our upcoming Madrid summit at the end of this month, where we'll strengthen NATO as the cornerstone of our collective defense and broaden our approach to security to reflect challenges, old and new, from Russia's renewed aggression and the ongoing threat of terrorism, to cyber and hybrid threats, climate change, disruptive technologies, and China's coercive policies. Resilience is central, and this is what NATO does at its best. Because strong societies and economies are our first line of defense, ensuring that our supply chains are secure, that our critical services do function, and that we bounce back better from stress, shock, and surprise. Maintaining our individual and collective resilience is grounded in NATO's founding treaty. It will be a key part of the new strategic concept we'll adopt in Madrid for our future security. Allies have already agreed to develop national resilience goals and implementation plans based on clear and measurable objectives. And I was delighted to chair the first meeting of NATO's new Resilience Committee last month. Resilience is a team sport, civilian and military. Allies and partners, including our close strategic partnership with the European Union, and what I call the triple helix: people, public, and private sector together. And this is where I see cautious hope in the current crisis. in the private companies that are stepping up, and the young people and private citizens helping so generously Ukraine, who are opening their homes and offering humanitarian support to the people of Ukraine. This is a galvanizing moment for our societies and for our democracy. This is really resilience in action. And this is indeed the spirit of Ohrid and Prespa. And this is how we will stay strong, secure, and resilient in this more dangerous and competitive world. So thank you again for your leadership and inspiration, and I wish you a very successful discussion.